What's up, everybody? This is Connor and Joshua with Chamber One Tactical. Today, we're going to be reviewing probably one of my favorite guns that I have in my personal collection, which is the Palmetto State AKV. This gun has been super fun to shoot, and it's sometimes a little not
Costly because we go through so much ammo.
costly and just super fun to shoot. So very glad we could do this video for you guys. If you guys don't mind, the best way to support us and this channel is to hit the subscribe button. So if you guys can do that, that would be great. And let's get into it. All right, so the first thing I want to get into with this gun is price point, because that to me is one of the most important things about a gun. So
tells you whether you're going to be interested in it or not.
Right. Yep. So the price point on this one when we got it was right at, was it $8.99?
Yeah.
And it was around $1,000. We're gonna say that because I think they've changed a little bit, especially when we went through the pistol brace ban thing for a while. Some things have changed and prices went up and down, and it is what it is. But when we bought it, it was around $1,000. And when I got it, it did not have a buffer tube or any kind of brace on it. So I did have to add that. I believe I paid what was $80 for the buffer tube, and I already had a SB tactical brace,
right.
So I didn't have to spend any money on that. But I did have to spend, I think it was right at $80 for this buffer tube that just hooks onto the back Picatinny plate. So just a little extra I had to spend after spending a good bit of money on the gun, but it was totally worth it. I'll say that. This gun has been awesome. It's just been one of the most fun guns I've had as far as just going out and plinking with. I love it. It's just one of the most fun guns I've got right now.
Yep. So I can say, so far out of everything that we've shot from Palmetto State, this has got to be my favorite thing.
Yeah.
That they have built. It is just so fun. It's been reliable. It's easy to shoot. Like as far as just transfer from target to target.
Oh yeah.
It's very easy to bump fire, which is super fun. I'm sure you guys saw on the
even while shouldering it.
Yeah,
easy to bump fire while shouldering it.
I don't know what makes a gun good to bump fire.
Bump fireable.
Yeah, but this is one, and the CZ Scorpion is one. There's just certain guns it just seems like it's pretty easy to do. And I don't know what goes into that, but this is definitely one of them. But I guess we'll start with the review on it about like kind of starting from the top to the bottom.
Sure.
So I guess we'll start with the sights. So the sights are pretty much your standard, just AK-47 sights. Black front and rear, and you just have that one middle one, which I guess it is adjustable. It looks threaded, and then these are adjustable as well.
Yep.
But obviously, what's cool about Palmetto State is they have the Picatinny rails, so that you can put an optic on here.
Yep.
Which we learned this optic kind of failed us a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. It's a Swamp Fox optic, and I believe it's the battery tray. I don't know. It's still a fail. I'm gonna call it a fail.
It's a fail.
The battery tray came loose, so as we're shooting, the red dot would go on and off and get dim. It was just weird. It was strange. So we chalked it up to the battery tray was actually coming loose, so needed to just tighten that up. But I will say the only thing that I didn't like about this gun, and I've seen that other people have had issues with it, is the rail actually coming loose. And that really kind of ticked me off for a while because what good is a gun if your rail's just flopping around? And it got to the point where you could sit there and move this thing up and down. I mean, it was very noticeable. And I was very disappointed in that part of it. Just the fact that it was running loose. Now, I did end up just taking everything apart and putting Loctite on it. And I put blue Loctite on it. And we have had how many rounds through it now?
A lot.
And it hasn't budged. So I'm glad to see that it was easy to remedy that by just putting some Loctite on it, and it, all the screws and everything that locks that thing on. And it did work. So maybe that was just it didn't have Loctite before. But that was one fail point that we saw was the rail, and that's just something to say. If this is the model that you're getting, you may need to check and make sure you may just want to go back there and put some Loctite just in case.
And if you don't know how, I'm sure Palmetto State would take care of it. They've taken care of other people in the past that have issues like that. So
yeah, and I like that on both sides of the front of the rail you do have QD points, so you can pop your QD point in there. Like Joshua said, I love that you can throw an optic immediately after getting this gun, and you don't have to run any kind of side plates or anything like that, because I do have a Riley Defense AK that I had to buy a side-mounted, I think it was Midwest Industries.
And they're expensive.
They are, and it raises the optic up to the point where if you have the standard stock on there, it's not really a comfortable gun to shoot. So I like that this came on there already. You know, all you have to do is throw an optic on it, and we have not seen any issues with accuracy or moving this thing on, taking it off, meaning it pivots. So just taking this dust cover, flipping it up, and putting it back down. There's been no reliability, but accuracy issues. It's stayed zero every time. So like to see that. As far as like what we were about to get into, the trigger, in my opinion, is one of the best triggers that you'll find. It is, I believe, an ALG trigger, but it's just a super, super awesome trigger.
It's super light.
It's very light, and I will say the only thing, it creeps a lot. You know, you got it's a very creepy trigger. There's no real distinct wall. You just keep pulling and it goes off, but it's so light, it really doesn't matter. The reset's immediate, so by the time
it's predictable.
Oh, it's and it's like he was talking about, the actual being able to bump fire it from the shoulder. I think that triggers part of it, because it's very light and very quick on the reset. So I really, really like the trigger that's in this gun. I think they did an excellent job with it, and like I said, it is an ALG trigger. So very, very fun to shoot because of that.
Right. And I think Palmetto State did a good job with their tolerances. So as far as when you actually, I'm going to do it right. I'm not going to do it like you did. When you rack it, it's actually pretty smooth, and it's got, for an AK, I know they're loose, like their whole thing is they're kind of loose for reliability, but it's not, it just doesn't feel like junk. And for a relatively budget AK, right?
For what it is.
Right. I know if we just say it cost $1,000, I know that sounds like a lot for a gun, but when it's relevant to other AKs, that's actually pretty good.
Yeah, and your only other option in this style gun really is like Century Arms, which is a piece of junk. They're just junk. That's really your only other competition right now.
Right.
You know, and I'm sure you guys will let us know if we're wrong on that. But like he said, when you're looking in comparison in this world of guns, that's a pretty good budget, price point.
Well, and as I was talking about just the tolerances, so with our other two AKs that we have, just taking off the safeties on them are really a pain.
Yeah.
They're really tight. And I know you can kind of bend it, but it still has spring tension on it, right? And this one's not bad. It's actually, you can do it with your finger, and they give you this extra lip right here. So you don't actually have to come all the way up here. You can get it with your pointer finger, slide it right off, slide it right back on.
Yep.
So not bad at all for the safety as far as the AKs go. And then, of course, the best thing ever is this bolt release right here on this side. This is super convenient, especially for the AK models, and I'm so glad that Palmetto State included that. Very big upgrade for what it is.
Yeah, I mean, I love it. It's really and truly, it can work both ways. Rack it back, push up, it holds your bolt, and then you just very easily push down on that, and it drops your bolt.
Yeah.
And it's really nice. It's in a good spot because while you're inserting your mag, your thumb is already right there. Yep. So it's it's a very conveniently placed bolt drop or bolt release, to be able to just drop that right after you put your mag in, and you're ready to go again. So really like that. I also like I guess you would say, the rigidity of the actual mag release.
Yeah.
That joker is thick with 2 C's. It's it's just very, very well built. And yeah, we do have banana mags.
They're awesome
because we're so cool. Joshua bought that for me,
yes.
And this has been my favorite addition to this gun.
Which, to be fair,
a banana mag.
This one mag, I could have bought 2 more of these. So they do charge a little bit for these little banana mags, but it's pretty cool.
Yep. But as far as and we'll get to the most important part of it, reliability. we really have had no issues with this gun. It has run pretty much the exact way you would expect it to. I have not had any issues.
AK. What do you expect?
It's just done a great job. And I know, I don't want to sit here and talk too highly of it because it is still just a gun. But I feel like that they just did an excellent job on this gun. It runs great. The recoil is so minimal. I mean, it's just ridiculous how fast you can shoot this gun. And Joshua can really shoot it fast when he's bump firing it. but just a super, super cool gun. If there's something that you're looking for in a PCC or just some little plinking gun you can take out to the range and just have a ton of fun, because 9mm is still relatively cheap. It's not as cheap as 22, but 9mm is probably the cheapest round.
It's an effective round.
It's effective.
Yeah.
So if that's what you're looking for, is something like a PCC or something that you can just go and have fun with that's in a 9mm caliber, this would be my go-to. And we have done a review on the CZ Scorpion Evo 3 Plus, also a good option. And we're actually hoping to do a video for you guys between a CZ Scorpion Evo 3 Plus, the Palmetto State Armory AKV, and a Glock in a Micro-Roni conversion kit. Do a comparison on all three because they're all different, and they're all great in their own capacity, in their own, lanes that they're in. So we kind of want to give you guys what we would pick if you're going to choose a truck gun between those three. So check out, look out for that video in the upcoming future, because I think that's a pretty good beneficial video for people right now, because it's becoming more and more important for you to be armed everywhere you go. So if you've got your concealed carry, sometimes it is nice to have something that has just a few more rounds that you can get a good bit more accuracy out of. And I think that's becoming more and more important as the world gets crazier and crazier. So, but as for the AKV,
so who would you recommend that to?
Like I said, if it was me, I would recommend this to people that are looking for a truck gun or something, a range toy. I think this is still a great range toy go out, especially because it is chambered in 9mm and not 7.62 by 39, because we've all known how much those have gone up in price right now.
They used to be cheap.
But yeah, I mean, I would recommend this to pretty much anybody. This to me also could be a good starter gun for somebody that is just trying to get into shooting rifles because of the low recoil. But I would pretty much recommend this to anybody. If you're looking for a truck gun, something to go plink with, if you're wanting to start out a female or someone who's never shot guns before, this is not a scary gun. It doesn't have a lot of recoil. It does have a giant muzzle brake on it. But it's a very, very fun and well done gun. So I think anybody would be able to go out, and this would be a good option for them.
Yeah.
What would you say? Who would you recommend it to?
So I'll say one more thing is the only downside to this gun that I saw, it is a little heavy compared to the other PCCs, which if we do a comparison video, we'll, dive into that. But this is a little bit heavy for a gun.
The boy thick.
But it kind of helps out with that recoil, right? So just, absorbing that.
Yep.
But I would recommend this, like you said, to people that just want to plink and have fun with it. I think it would make a good home defense. I think it would make a good truck gun because of how short it is, how short it can get.
Yep.
And then, of course, you just throw out that stock and it's ready to go.
And there are folding options for that.
Yeah, too. I don't know why you didn't put a folding stock on there. It's an AK.
This was the cheaper option for me.
Yeah.
Sorry.
But, I mean, this will fit just about any category, except for concealed carry. That'd be a little tough.
You fit that in your pants?
Probably. But this thing it was just a very impressive firearm. It's not what I expected for such a budget AK. But yeah, I mean, it was just a great. It would fit anybody's need. If you just want something fun to shoot, this will fit your need. If you want something to be reliable, so far we haven't had any issues with it, so I'd say it's reliable.
Yeah.
Now, of course, this is a sample size of one.
Yep. So
we can't speak for all of them that you're going to get.
Right.
But ours was phenomenal.
Yep. Well, guys, that's the review we've got on the Palmetto State AKV. Like I said, we really enjoyed doing this review for you guys. So if you have any questions about anything we have on here, just let us know down in the comment section. If you guys have anything that you would like us to review or check out, we did have someone ask about some Sealy. Is that the way you say it?
Yes.
Sealy. And we do have one coming on the way right now that we're going to be testing and reviewing because it is coming in price point wise around what a Holosun 507C would come in at. So we do want to give you guys content that you're asking for, that you're interested in. So let us know, just get in touch with us and let us know what you'd like to see, and we'll try and do the best we can with the money we've got. But just make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and we'll catch you next time.